Good afternoon. We're holding this press conference because to address some concerns we have regarding a threat that was made against Imperial Valley College. I'd like to read a statement that we have prepared. In the late evening of Wednesday, October 14, 2015, IVC administrators were notified of threats of violence against the campus community being made on social media. The Imperial County Sheriff's Office was contacted and investigation was immediately conducted. An arrest was made and charges have been filed, but for specifics, you'll have to ask the Sheriff's Department. In view of the fact an arrest was made and after consultation with law enforcement, we decided to hold classes today. We are continuing to monitor the situation and are working closely with the Sheriff's Department. We have also requested that they have a presence on campus today as we work to bring things back to normal. IVC is committed to ensuring the safety of its students and employees and take such public threats seriously. We continue to cooperate with law enforcement in this matter and are truly appreciative of the fast response and actions of the Sheriff's Department. We have also today activated our crisis team to deal with any issues that students may have in regards to anxiety, and the counseling team is ready to provide those services. At this time, I'm going to open it up to any questions directed either toward our campus safety consultant or the Sheriff's Department or Imperial Valley College.
Was this person acting alone or with the threats, or is anybody else involved?
Okay, I can answer that. At this point, our investigation reveals that he might not have been acting alone, but that's still under investigation. I can tell you that the individual we have identified as helping this individual is not a county or a state resident. We believe he lives in another state.
What motivations has the suspect given for his actions?
Well, at this point, we're still under investigation. But as far as the motivation, there's no clear motivation other than just create havoc within the community.
Is this an IVC student?
No, this person is not an IVC student.
Was he found with weapons when he was arrested or anything like that?
No, we did not find any weapons at the time of arrest, nor we determined that he had access to, we determined that he did not have access to weapons. Yes, sir.
How was this threat discovered?
It was initially, well, Mr. Lopez can probably address that.
As we mentioned, on Wednesday, October 14th, we started to receive calls from students who are expressing concern about a post that had been made on Facebook. We then continued to search a little further and were able to ascertain the address of the students via contacts from students who were concerned. It was an effort of the community, the students, Imperial Valley College, and also the Sheriff's Department, that we were able to act and apprehend this person in a timely manner.
Do you know whether anybody specifically was being targeted or here on campus?
Well, there was no specific target. Again, based on our investigation, we have determined that his main purpose, or the suspect's main purpose, was to just alarm the community, create havoc. So there was no specific target named.
Also, can you tell me, Mr. Lopez, whether attendance has been affected here today?
There's plenty of parking. We have had a dip in attendance, but I'm not sure exactly the extent of the dip in attendance. We will probably find out, have a better number tomorrow.
Was faculty also consulted in regards to holding class sessions today?
Last night we sent out a notice to the community, the students, via the email, because that is where we were getting all of the responses. And we sent one out at 12:39 a.m. From that, we received 36,000 plus hits of the notification. When the arrest was made and we determined that we were going to have classes, the alert went out at 3:16 in the morning, and to this time we have had 24,700 hits. So the information was going out. And the reason we use Facebook is because that is where all of the chatter was happening. We also sent out an email blast to all of the students at IVC. We also posted it on our webpage, so there was notification that went out.
With this incident, are you changing any safety measures, or we continue with the same?
We are reviewing all of our policies and procedures to update them and keep them updated. But at this point, there are no changes. We have been sending out, last week with the incident in Oregon, we had sent out the procedures for dealing with an active shooter on campus, basically to re-educate or educate our students, so they understand what procedures they need to follow. Yes.
What's going to happen to us?
I'm sorry?
What's going to happen to them?
To the individual?
Yeah.
That's up to the justice system, the court system.
Well, at this point, he was arrested for a code known as 422 of the California Penal Code, which is criminal threats. Case will be forwarded to the district attorney for review, and then we'll take it one step at a time.
What charges can be faced? What are the specific charges?
You're talking about, as far as sentencing, you're talking about?
Yes.
At this point, like you said, it's too early to determine that. That'll be up to the district attorney.
Is faculty as well as security here trained in what to do in the event of a active shooter?
As I mentioned before, we sent out all of the procedures for the active shooter, and that went out last week, especially after people receive the information, and then if it goes away, they don't remember what the procedures are, and when faced with emergency, it's hard to recall sometimes, so we are now in the process of re-educating and continually re-educate our faculty and staff and students.
Do you guys hold like any drills for that, or is that something that might be implemented in the future?
Yes, we were actually in the planning stages. We're going to be having disaster drills where we hope to be able to touch on each of the types of different drills, whether it be earthquake, whether it be fire, whether it be an active shooter. These are things that the college takes seriously, and we plan to continue to have these type of drills.
Did the campus have an explicit policy in place that prevented faculty or staff from carrying a concealed weapon here?
Rick McKinnon with the Campus Safety and Parking Control Office. And yes, there is a policy that has been in place for a considerable period of time that prohibits weapons, be it handguns, rifles, knives, explosives, any type of weapon such as that to be brought onto the campus or kept within the campus unless it is properly authorized by the college administration. That policy has been in place and is in place for a long time.
Additionally, the governor just signed law prohibiting any weapons on campuses.
So, yeah, I was aware of that. It was all like, I think over the weekend, right?
Right.
So, could you tell me whether prior to that there was anyone here that was permitted to carry a weapon? And I guess with that law now, they would no longer be able to?
Well, there are exclusions in the policy for active duty law enforcement who are carrying during the course of their employment. Other than that, as the policy reads, weapons of any type, being handgun or otherwise, are excluded from being on campus.
For the sheriff's department, can you give us a little bit more details about the actual arrest? Did you arrest him at his home? Was he at a friend's home? Was he combative?
Okay, well, I can tell you, just in chronological sequence, we received the call at 22:35 hours, which is 10:30 That was the initial call to our dispatch center. Investigators were notified about 11 p.m. We were able to identify the suspect by 12:30 p.m. and we took him into custody at 1:30. He was not, because your question was he...
Arrested at his home, or was he combative?
Yes, he was located at his residence, and he was not combative at all. He was pretty compliant with the officers who made the arrest.
By any chance, did he seem to be under the influence of anything, or he was
No,
emotional distraught, nothing like that?
he did not appear to be emotionally distraught either. Sir?
When he was arrested, was he alone at his residence, or were his parents at home?
Yes, there was family members at his house at the time of the arrest.
Were there any agencies that were helping you make the arrest? Calexico PD, anybody else?
No, just the sheriff's office.
Are there any questions? Any other questions? Yes.
Any kind of accommodations plan on being made in order, for the students or staff that might have missed today? Makeup tests and things like that?
The Office of the Vice President of Instruction has requested or asked the faculty allow students to retake any tests that they might have missed because of the distress that they may have been facing and did not want to attend classes today. But again, that is totally up to the instructor.
Just one more thing, just to confirm, the suspect's residence is in El Centro, right?
No, he's a Calexico resident.
I see.
Yes, and he has been identified as Raymond Martinez, 18-year-old out of Calexico, in case you didn't have that information. Yeah.
Do you know if he was a graduate of Calexico High School, or did he move here somewhere?
No, no, I don't have that information at this time.
Has his Facebook account been deleted since? Is it still up? What's going on with that?
Well, from the last, I can tell his part of his Facebook account is public, like most people's. Last time we checked, it was still active.
Any other questions? If not, we're concluding the process. Thank you very much.